What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, we're not going to work on a damn thing. Nothing. We got some visitors. Look at this. Austin Carr from Austin Carr.
Super easy.
Santa's Workshop and Lunar Outlaw's Garage. What is your name? Is it
Brian.
Yeah, Brian. No, I'm just kidding. I know his name. That's Michael, and that's awesome. You got something cool up here today, man.
I do. Yeah.
What is it? You want to show us?
Yeah. Let's take a walk.
You just bought this?
I did.
You just bought this for 10 grand.
We're gonna use this at a demolition derby.
What? Hey, you hand me 10 grand, you can do whatever the hell you want to.
Actually, this would make a great drag car if you just put a big block in it and a bigger rear end.
Oh yeah, you know, if you didn't want to actually use it for anything ever, which I wanted to daily drive it.
Well, you could daily drive a drag car.
Oh, don't look at this rust that fell out of the trunk. When I opened it, it came out of the holes in the trunk.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not. What do you think that's about? I think this all looks good on the surface. I think there's.
It's beauty skin deep, right?
Yeah, barely, but yes.
So,
what do you have here?
This is a 1970 Buick Skylark. It's going to be kind of replacing my 1971 Buick GS because unfortunately that just completely rotted out.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that one's bad. That one's real bad. But I picked this up down in Texas, and it's going with me all the way up. That was the door handle. That's also my window crank, and a bunch of other things.
What'd you get for this? 25?
All in for this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cheap.
20. Okay, good.
We'll go with
good,
cheap.
Good. Hey, you know what though? All right, so maybe your door handle fell off, and your window crank fell off.
Well, that's the all-in-one multi-tool.
Oh, it's a multi.
That's a feature.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you what though, she's got a solid body on her.
Well, so coming from New York, there is no such thing as a solid body, so I had to go all the way down to Texas to get one.
Well, yeah, you're gonna need that battery hooked up.
Yeah, we need to hook that battery back up.
And Austin Carr, this is the battery man right here.
I'm pretty good at battery.
All right.
Come on, lady. Show and tell. Come on.
And and this is what making videos. There you go. Yeah. Whoa. There it is. There it is.
Yes, he is.
Shitbox edition.
Did you say he's driving this to New York?
Yeah, I said, and he's driving this to New York.
Are you driving this to New York? Yes, he is.
This will make it.
Listen, if that orange car of mine made it from Virginia, and if the Buick that I had made it back from New York, this thing can make it to New York.
I already had to rebuild the oil pump once. I mean, what's the second time if need be?
Yeah, what's your oil pressure look like?
50 now.
Oh, wow. Yeah. 60-ish.
Until it gets to temperature, and then it just drops out.
That just means you need thicker oil.
No,
like 80 weight 90 is great.
What that probably means is it's got excessive clearance in the main bearing, so.
I got some 80-90 in there.
There you go.
If you want to change the oil real quick.
Put some gear oil right in there.
There you go.
Some molasses. What's that?
Did you do this?
No, this exhaust is actually pretty good.
It
even has a
nice.
trailer hitch.
Yeah, a trailer hitch, yeah.
Which you can't tow anything even with brand new struts.
Look at that squat.
It's good for drag racing.
Yeah. As soon as you hit the gas button, that back end goes down. You got the winter tires on it. You're ready for the snow, man. You might run into some of that.
I hope not. Windshield wipers don't work, so.
Did you say the windshield wipers don't work?
Don't work.
I know what that's like. Does the heater work?
No.
Oh, that doesn't work either.
There's your heater right here.
Oh. This sounds real familiar to me, man. And you got your line lock?
Oh yeah. So when I flew down to Texas, I brought the absolute critical essentials: a high-end 70 psi oil pump because it's kind of normal for Buick, and a line lock because you know, skids for days.
Yeah. I've got line lock too. I have no brake fluid in my rear brakes on my Scamp.
That's a factory fresh feature right there. I mean, this was pretty rough. We ended up having to put a new brake booster in it because it had no brakes, new brake lines, struts. It had no seats in it, so we're running a what did I say it was, a 2015
Jeep.
Jeep.
Yeah.
I have full interior going in it, but hey, we got to work with what we had.
This is great, man. This is great. It's cool to see you in Oklahoma too. Out here, I can take you to some of the best Oklahoma pizza you can ever find. It's Mazzio's Pizza. You probably never heard. You don't have stuff like that in New York. Man, I got to come back up there. If nothing else,
for
those
pizza.
Wings on that pizza.
But she's a good, honest car. She's not the prettiest. I love ratty muscle cars, and I'll tell you what, this thing is ratty. It's got a floor pan that has paint on it though, which does not happen in New York.
Wow. Okay, so what if I said I would trade you my Plymouth Scamp exactly as it sits, straight across, even for this right now?
No, I'm okay.
You.
I appreciate the offer, though.
That was a quick answer.
I thought he had to think about it for a minute.
Show him the back window.
Oh yeah, that's a.
There was no back window in this.
This is cool, right? You got some self-tappers with some washers. This is what you use to put those on, I think, except with rubber washers instead.
Someone at some point did some booger repair, because it's definitely not metal repair.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we couldn't get the window to be in there proper. So when we hit the 6-degree weather up in New York, I don't really feel like...
Yeah. I'll tell you what, man.
The windows go up straight, though.
Well, hey, man, your bolts are loose, man. You just tighten them bolts up and it'll stop doing that. Look.
That's all right. It's factory fresh. One day when I shut the window, it'll just break. Probably halfway up to New York.
Yeah, that's going to be great. That's going to make your drive a lot better.
Just like that.
Well, it works. So, since this guy knows his cars, man, and this guy knows his cars, I thought maybe they should take a look at the Scamp. Sorry, Austin, you don't know enough about cars.
I just look at cars.
He just looks at I don't do anything either.
I can help with the battery stuff. That's easy.
So I thought, you know, maybe that's okay. It's just a little dieseling. That's fine. It wants to be a diesel.
That's a lot of power right there.
Yeah. What's top speed on this baby? About 110, 120?
Don't go over 65.
60.
70, actually 70 was all right. It gets kind of like the oil pressure, even with the, we're putting a 455 in this, so the 350 is just getting it to New York, hopefully.
So this is a car I think I could race with the Scamp and beat. I think I could win.
This has a better rear end.
What's it got in it?
This has the 8.2.
That's fine.
Or 8.25.
What gears do I have? Like 3.5s or 3.55s or 3?
Yeah, I think we did the math on that. It was like it's not the lowest you can go, but she's pretty low. But I'll put the 350 over the 318 every day of the week.
But how much money you want to put on that right now?
Ooh.
I'm kidding.
I do $100.
$100.
No.
Although
You didn't just say it on camera, did you?
You just said it on camera.
So I'm gonna bow out. I'll take the L here. I'm not gonna race.
Next year at Power Tour.
There you go. See, it's not that I'm worried about my car. I could take this car all day, every day. The real reason is I don't want to take your money. And I don't want to risk you blowing your car up. You got a long way to go. I'm actually looking out for you. Okay?
Yep. So I already had the theory that if this thing starts to overheat, because I'm putting my GS hood on this, I was going to leave that on the side of the road. So maybe maybe you can, wager the hood for it instead.
My hood for your hood.
Yeah, they'll fit, right?
My hood's smaller. You get better airflow with
These
my
things
hood.
are crazy heavy. They're god-awful heavy.
They're huge. Yeah.
This one's also kind of like the GS hood is real nice. This thing's tough.
Well, I think you got a good looking car there, man. It's a great start.
So I thought I was gonna have to leave. We had to put body mounts and everything in here.
Oh,
so I brought like 5 changes of clothes for the entire week because I had to carry all of the car parts, including a mirror because it didn't have a mirror, the body mounts, the everything needs a line lock. So.
Yeah, that's the first thing I usually do before an oil change or anything. It's line lock. Yeah.
Line lock everything.
Yeah. Okay, I need you to come take a look at my purchase real quick, and I just need to know your honest opinion of it.
I mean, it's got a 30-foot paint job.
No, it's a 23-foot paint job. It is not that. You show me one place where this car's got a bad paint job. One place. Show me one place. 2, 3 places.
I think
Show me
I think
three.
we already talked about some things.
All right, so it's got a little bit of. It's just a little. What is that even? That's not overspray. Someone
just poured it.
It dripped. It just dripped.
That's a gun malfunction right there.
Okay, so yeah, you see, that's.
And it's got the hole in the roof.
The fish eyes.
I forgot. What fish eyes? Oh, okay. Well, no, that's clear peel.
That's clear peel.
That's factory.
That's
The hole in the roof. Yeah, I forgot about that.
the rust right here.
No.
They painted over it.
Rust. What rust? There's no rust over here. Oh.
So that's kind of why I don't buy restored cars.
Why, man? It's a great car. Do you, what, is there any, what else can you find anything else wrong with it?
Oh, where do I start?
Well, you start at the front.
Start at the front.
Okay. What?
Start at the front. You got the crazing in the grill paint.
Oh, that's from Bugs.
That's crackle paint. That's crackle paint. Okay.
That's from Bugs.
Now we get in here. We've got the patch on the frame.
What patch?
That patch right there.
No, that's factory too. You guys are just trying to. You guys are just. You're.
And then we get back here where they cut right down and replaced the inner fender.
That's how you're supposed to do it at the factory in a car wreck, isn't it? Don't you just cut it and throw it back on with some seam seal?
Well, if they wreck the car in the factory, I don't want to see how they're building the rest of it.
Oh, right. Well, ooh, that's we'll leave that alone.
And then, you know, they had the MSD wired to the 6-volt side of the...
Did they really?
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't get it running one day, and the battery was low, in all fairness. We couldn't figure out why it wouldn't start, and we ran up to the what the hell is that? That block, that ceramic block for the ignition.
Resistor.
Yeah, the resistor, and found that they had the power going to the MSD, the accessory power running from the 6-volt side of the resistor.
That's not how this works.
But that's fine, it's fixed. So
And the windshield wipers don't work.
windshield wipers don't work. Yeah, and the air conditioning heater doesn't work either.
They had some good intention though. They did put a brawler on there.
Yes, those are not cheap carburetors.
I think it's a little bit too big of a carburetor for a 318, but that's just my opinion.
Probably is, yeah.
What I don't understand is if you're going to go through the expense of the MSD system, the brawler, the nice aluminum radiator,
Valve covers.
Valve covers, the
decently
MSD
right.
blaster coil, the MSD distributor. That's a real MSD billet distributor too. That's not
They
fake.
painted it with the radiator in, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Did they really?
they did paint
Oh,
it with
wow.
the radiator. Look, Austin's over here ragging on it too. Dang.
So, I mean, this truly would make a great drag car because, you just put a bunch of stickers on it and then you put a different engine in it and
Yeah, that's all.
different drivetrain. You
Right.
Put a,
So it's almost to a drag car. Or
Yes.
I could just buy a shell and I could do the same thing without having to remove anything from this one and make it a drag car.
for a fraction of the cost to start out.
So,
It's got a hood scoop though.
well,
It
It doesn't do anything.
It does. The problem is there's nothing. I think the hood scoop may be coming off. Yeah, I think the hood scoop is coming off. Let me tighten that back down.
Well, it does have flow
right.
through on the hood scoop because it's not sealed anywhere around it.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's
Oh, this one's coming off
the
too.
hitch.
The hood scoop's not even on.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, are these loose too? They are. Look at this.
That might look good
Oh
on the
my
rim
God.
chart. It might look good on the rim chart.
The hood scoop is trying to come off of the car. That one is on, but they had to drill a hole through the hood to fit it. Like they had to actually grind into this brace here to fit that one.
Oh, nice.
All right, so the hood scoop is back on again.
Speedometer.
Well, yeah.
You don't need one
don't
of them.
need this. I know the RPMs, dude. I know when I'm at 3,300 RPMs, it's going to shift to third gear. And I know once at 2,500 RPM in second gear, it's 45 miles an hour. And in third gear, at about 2,500, you're around 55, 60, somewhere around there.
And if there's flashing blue lights behind you, then you're going too fast.
See, it's that simple.
That's
It's
a
that simple.
great indication.
Yeah.
Either that or you're going below the minimum speed limit.
I know better than that. We also got the issue with somebody lowered it.
Yeah.
And I know how they lowered it. They went under there and they probably backed out the bolts for the torsion bars all the way.
So it's cambered.
There
So
may not even be
it's-
bolts in it anymore.
It's a stance life.
Stance life.
Yeah.
It's like this. So, well, anybody got anything to say about the rear quarter panels? Are those good at least?
Just don't wave back.
Happy.
Don't wave back. Well, what's wrong with the quarter panels? Let me look here.
You know, it's a beautiful. If done right, this would have been an absolutely stunner. Well, except for the spoiler, I could do without the spoiler, but this would have been a stunning car.
It could have been. It still could be.
It still can
if
be.
you took it completely apart, everything apart, and did it again from
you know,
scratch.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that, but
Oh, what is that?
that's
a crack?
quality.
Well, there's.
That's Bondo right
if
there.
you look in here,
That's shrinkage of Bondo.
take a peek in there and tell me what you see in the sail panel there.
What in the Lord?
Do you see the Brillo pad shoved in there? I'm not sure what that was for, but I think that's a bodywork, right? You use Brillo pads. Is that what that is?
Either that or keep mice out.
From a hole. I've heard
A rust hole? Stick it in there, put some mud over it. Golden.
So, from two guys that just, you guys live and breathe cars, right?
Oh, yeah.
My
Love
idea
cars.
was, boy, where that hole in the roof is, it's off. It's,
Yeah, fell on it almost.
yeah.
Rust hole.
Yeah, they should have shoved a Brillo pad in there.
What it was a rust hole, and they just put some painter's tape on it. Golden. Paint it.
Hey, are you proud to put your name on this car? Look, I you notice my stickers ain't on this car. There is no auto auction rebuilds on this car. Lunar Outlaw though, that's the guy right there. And people stop and look at this car and be like, oh, is that the guy to build it? Yes, it is.
I'm never going to
Yes,
let
it
him
is.
touch my stuff.
Yep. Go check him out on YouTube. He built this car himself.
Oof.
So, if you were to buy, I am kind of lazy, so I look at it like, hey, I can buy a car that's already done, and I can just go out and start tearing it up and enjoy it. It's a $10,000 car that does hella burnouts, and I would say I didn't have to do anything to it, but I've had to do quite a bit to it. But it does hella burnouts, and from the right angles at the right distance, about here or so, it looks great. Would you recommend just going out and buying one that somebody else already did, or should you do it from scratch yourself and know exactly what's been done?
The latter. Always do it yourself. Then you know it's done right.
What do you think?
I'd do it myself just because I know what I put in it.
Yes.
Now, unfortunately, with what you got, if you're not trying to unload it, there's only one option. If it tracks straight, you gut it, put a roll cage in it, turn it into a gasser, because then nothing matters.
That's true. It does track relatively straight. The problem is the steering wheel gets stuck.
Well,
at
the gasser
certain
won't matter,
positions.
because then you'll have a whole new steering column.
Oh, yeah.
Straight axle mafia.
All right. So, while I got everybody here, we'll go ahead and put this transmission together real quick. I didn't tell y'all we were working today. Yeah, we're working. Let's go. We don't have the right flywheel. Do we need a flywheel for this to
Nah.
work? We could just throw the clutch in it and it should probably be fine.
Bluetooth. It's Bluetooth enabled.
Bluetooth flywheel.
Yep.
Yeah. No, guys, I'm going to get out of here because he's got his own video to record, and we're going to have to go find some food, and we're going to go down to Santa's workshop.
Yeah, we got to go take a look
Yeah,
at his
yeah.
what you got.
That way
Toys.
I can film some of his stuff down there. So we'll reconvene as soon as we get to Santa's workshop.
Compared to him, I'm short enough to be an elf.
Let me see here.
Everybody.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
This way,
I'm
everyone's
still
my
shorter
elves.
than everybody.
Well, unfortunately, Austin broke my car. He was racing, illegal street racing
In Mexico?
in Mexico. Michael from Santa's workshop, and he wasn't winning because we need a driver mod.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. And let's get you guys back. Did you see all that smoke pouring out of the back of my car? I don't know if they can see it, but I can assure you. Give it a little gas. Give her a little. Yeah, there it goes. There it goes. She's smoking good now.
I think we're coming up to the turn.
Okay, I don't know where Michael lives. I can never remember where his house is.
Yeah, we're here.
Okay, we're here. This is great. All right. I think we broke her pretty good, guys. Let's go and take a, huh? She's leaking. Are you serious? It was blowing smoke all out the back bad. Oh. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's dripping good. It's got fresh puddles on your concrete.
It's oil. It's a rear main. That rear main. And it was blowing. Oh, yeah, you can see it all over the back. The whole back is coated in oil. Lovely. Oh, what? Okay, well. Yeah, there's that.
Well, we talked so bad about it earlier. That's why we need to be nice to
The car did perfect. I've had no problems with this car since the day I bought it until you guys started talking trash about it.
It's okay, it's fine. Oh, you're so good.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't like the fact that it's got a JDS.
No, you know what it is?
Yeah, that's what it is.
You know what it is? You know what it is? It's a Lunar Outlaw sticker. It's the only thing that's changed.
Were you guys racing us?
I don't know.
Were you racing us?
Huh?
Were you racing us?
Well,
You sure?
I thought otherwise. They were pulling
Because
on us.
Austin was racing.
You guys were pulling on us, man.
Was you racing?
He was racing
I hope not.
in Mexico.
I don't know.
I wasn't trying.
He told
Yeah.
me to drive, man. I was driving.
I told him it's a driver mod is what we need.
Oh, and then he said it was my fault that we weren't catching up.
Or it was his because he did the throttle cable. So maybe he left some of it out.
Might have sat
Oh,
in the car.
come on.
That's what I'm thinking. Hey, where are you going with my manifold, man?
These things are so fucking heavy.
Oh, please.
Sell it on eBay.
I can lift that with one hand.
never
What?
Sell it on eBay.
No. I don't want it. Look at that beautiful paint job.
Fancy.
Well, I guess if I ever find another Buick with a 350
Or by boat.
or buy a boat.
Oh my god.
Because that'd make a great anchor.
Dude, if you put that in the back of your car, put it in the trunk, it'll help you with traction.
With snow?
Yeah. And you got the snow tires and everything too?
I'm okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm okay.
Great. I can't even give the damn thing away. Lovely. This is the story of my life.
My luck is I'll have an accident, the thing will come through the freaking back of it and kill me.
That would, yeah.
Please don't say that.
Yeah. I could send you with a strap. You can strap it down. Yeah, he just doesn't want it. He's about to take off. These guys are about to take off. I'm about to take off home because, well, I got a transmission I really need to get installed in this thing tomorrow. But I wanted to touch on something before we all get out of here. Now that you guys have all seen the Scamp, and the Scamp has left its mark here, and it left a bigger mark at your house. Sorry about
It's trying
that.
to mark its territory as well.
Yeah. What do you think? Should I just keep it and try to fix it up?
A V6 Mustang beat us today.
Yeah, but who's V6
I
Mustang?
didn't consider that. Yeah, a V6 Mustang did. Yeah. Okay.
Doesn't matter whose Mustang it is. Just matters that a V6 Mustang.
Is your
beats.
engine modded? You got cam or
No.
headwork or?
No. Not at all. Stock.
It's a V6 Mustang.
I think the problem comes down to it's definitely something that someone put together just to sell.
You think so?
I think it was a.
You don't think that was somebody that really put everything they had into
Oh,
it
God,
to
no.
make themselves a father
I
and
hope not.
father and son project on the weekends, maybe?
No.
No.
really
Because would you put your kid in that car?
God, no.
Would you want to ride in that car again?
No.
Okay. Well.
It sucks because it looks, from a distance, it looks really
It does.
sweet.
It does.
And when I first saw that it had a 340, which they're as common as hen's teeth,
Yeah.
and then it's a 318. Well,
Yeah. We were kind of shocked when we found out it was a 318.
Yeah.
I got under it and looked at the block and I was like, ooh. Numbers. 318. 73 though. It's a 73 318. So at least the motor matches the year of the car.
I mean, the car has potential.
Yeah, it does.
But to do it right, you're going to have to take it completely back apart and do it right. I mean, good lands, something popped on the roof and you got a hole in it now.
Yeah, I forgot about the roof too. You're right. So let's just for fun, hypothetically speaking, obviously I don't have the skill set to do that type of body and work, nor do I honestly have any interest in body work like that. That's never been me. Me and the bearded person went round and round about that. He wanted to teach me how to do all this body work. And I was like, I have to be interested in something. I love working on engines. Transmissions, I don't really know enough about. I can change solenoids, or I'll take the whole transmission out and just replace it. I could do clutches. I could change a rear end. The basic stuff. I got that, and I love doing it. Bodywork is not something I've ever been interested in. So, hypothetically, if I were to come to you and say, Michael, I love this car, which, by the way, I do. I actually do. I do love it. It rides like absolute dog shit. But I do really like this car for some reason. But if I were to come to you and say, look, I know your time is valuable, and I know that you got a lot of stuff going on, but if you could work on this whenever you could and eventually put this back to the way it should be, if you were to just toss an estimate off the top of your head, this is not legal binding, everybody. This is just a hypothetical. What would you say, realistically, your time, labor, and any materials would cost to take this car and make it what it should have been?
What it should have been?
What it should have been, yeah. Whatever that means, whatever that entails, what would that cost be for you to tear apart everything someone else did and do it right yourself?
I would start at 10,000.
10. And I have 10 grand into the car and more in some other parts. So I would have a $20-ish thousand car. What do you think that's worth? Like done right.
Well, as far as it's a clone, there's no way you
Right.
can prove it's not.
Right, it's a clone. It absolutely is.
So, at the end of the day, you're
30 grand? I think it's worth 30? No?
Is it clone?
It's not worth 30? No? Okay. Is it worth 25?
I'd say 15.
15. Okay. So
Already in the red.
boy, I keep running into these great deals, don't I?
And the worst part, because you have the frame rail,
Right.
that has to be corrected. Which,
Yeah.
in my opinion, would be replace that inner fender,
And that side skirt, too.
Yep,
Yeah, that
the inner
inner
fender.
fender, yeah.
the whole frame rail. They're welded a very specific way. So if you have an impact, it crumbles. That needs to be replaced.
That one would disintegrate. Does that count?
Well, it's going to be stronger in that spot than it should be.
Oh, okay.
And the rest of it won't be. But finding a 340, those are expensive.
Oh yeah, I've realized that pretty quickly after getting the car and realizing it was a 318. 340s don't exist, and if they do, they're a ton of money.
And then you're going to strip the paint.
Yeah.
We saw Bondo doing a cracky thing. So
Yep.
You're
On
the
the
correcting bodywork.
sail panels are cracking.
I don't want to be this way. I'd say it's 40 grand to get that right.
40 grand?
I'd say 40 grand to get the body to look like what it is. You're going to be into it. Like I'm not a. I know you like the paint company that starts with an M. God bless you.
Mako? I love Mako, man.
God bless you. But a good proper paint job
Cost.
starts at 15.
How, 1,500?
15,000.
15.
If you want.
How much do you charge for a paint job? Because I ain't paying $15,000 to any damn body.
Let me put it this way. It has been so long since I have really done paint work.
Yeah,
I have gotten out of how much it cost. I'm starting to learn again,
yeah.
and it is unbelievable.
Well, for me, I am not looking for a car that is a show car, because if it's a show car, if I spend I don't want to say 30, but if I were to spend like $40,000 on that car will never be driven. That car will,
hurt it. You'll
yes,
be afraid.
as soon as I take it out on the first road trip, it's going to get a scratch or a nick or a ding or...
I'm going to preference the fact that the paint job I'm suggesting is someone that has an $80,000 plus paint booth that's going to have a
Right.
full setup and will get it. I mean,
Right.
we're talking stripped to the bare steel, full prep work,
Right.
proper prep work, and a proper paint job to make what it looks like on YouTube.
Yeah, in real life.
Right.
Which makes no sense for somebody that's going to be daily driving a car.
No. If you're going to turn it into a drag car and you're not worried about hitting the wall,
It
works perfect.
He keeps trying to get me to turn it
I
into
think it would be awesome.
He's been all day, he's been on about turning it into, he's like, it's the perfect drag car, man.
If
It's
you
not...
put it into a wall, it won't matter.
If I put it into the wall, I'm worried about what happened to that passenger side
Well, you're
fender.
going to put a roll cage in it.
Well, yeah. Okay.
know.
Well, you'd have to have someone to weld the roll cage too. We've never been under that car either, because this thing's taking up my lift, so we have no idea what it even looks like underneath.
I'm not
It's
sure I want to.
a unibody. So.
It is a unibody. I didn't know that either. He was the one that had to tell me that. I thought this was a old school body on frame car. He's like, he laughed. He's like, it's a unibody.
It's a unibody.
So I wonder how far back the damage goes on that one side. Because
There could be more, but it's
Well, no, it's up on the left.
yeah. Well, it'll probably never make it to that, honestly. So after today, after having everybody here and we've all looked at it, I
And he
think
got smoked by a V6.
I did.
Just saying.
Yeah.
It was my V6. Come on.
I did. Austin said his Ram Charger has more power.
I honestly feel that my Ram Charger has more get up than that does.
I feel more confident about the Buick now.
And I've been sitting here, guys, listen. I have been looking at motors, transmissions, and rear ends because I decided I was going to go big on this car. I was like, oh, the body looks good enough. I know it's bad in person, but for the general public that doesn't know anything about it, they're never going to see the waves in the rear quarters, and if they do, they're probably going to think it's supposed to be that way. For a person just walking up and looking at it, we're like, oh, yeah, it's pretty good, except for the overspray all over the windows and the rubbers. And okay, so for a few people, they look at it and be like, wow, that is a nice car. So I was thinking a 360. I wanted to keep it a small block just for the sake of easy installation. The transmission I was hoping to keep the 904 that's in it. The rear end I wanted to do an 8 1/4 or 8 3/4. I think 8 3/4 is way too much for a small block, but you know, whatever. There's a lot of money involved. And we're talking another $6,000 to $10,000, and it's still a crap car. That's just, it is what it is. I got screwed. So the question is now, what do we do? Do we spend? You said how much approximately for you?
For me to do it as a driver,
Yeah, a driver. Yeah, a driver.
Non-binding.
I would say a minimum of 10,000.
Okay, so
because you once you tear into it, there's no telling what you're going to find.
that you may find the rear quarters are made of Bondo. That may be all that's back there is Bondo and steel wool, you know?
Because, I'm thinking, sand down the paint that's on it. Don't take it to the metal.
Yeah.
Block it. Get it as straight as possible. Reshoot it.
Okay.
And then,
2000.
Get in there, fix all the mechanicals in it.
So you're going to put a new engine, new transmission, new rear end in it for me?
Right.
For 10 grand?
Well, no, you buy the engine and everything. It's labor.
I was sitting here going, well, you know what? Now I'm starting to think this may be a little bit better of a deal. Okay. So I still have to buy the engine transmission.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, the 55 Chevy that I'm working on,
Yeah.
I charged him $8,000 labor.
It's fair. I mean, and you taught frame off.
We're doing frame up.
He seat channeled the frame too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, boxed in the frame, and yeah, I mean,
just a section where the subframe met.
yeah.
To stiffen it up. Rest of it, is good. But he's buying all the parts.
Yeah.
So, 8,000 labor.
And that's to start from a car that hasn't already been
Right. That's
Right.
one that was already tore apart.
So he's got to tear it all apart and figure out what's in it after the fact. So at the end of the day, the car is just not worth it. It's just
No.
It's not worth
If the
it.
person who built it to begin with would have took just a little more time and a little more care, it'd been a perfect car.
Yeah.
But they threw nice parts at a car, and
Well, the valve covers
as
are
Brian
nice.
said, it's somebody who thought that they could work on a car and couldn't.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong. I'll say this too. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, get out there and do it. If you screw it up, it's your car. The problem comes in is when you send it down the road and someone else gets it. At least with me, even though it's going back to auction. That's 100% going to happen now. It's going back to auction. At least with me, if you're watching my videos, at least you know what to expect. And my reserve will not be $10,000 either. I'm realistic. I got screwed, and I'm going to pass that savings on to you. I could be a car salesman, huh? I'm going to pass the savings on to you. I know it's a crap box.
Come on down.
I'll put a reserve on it of
Number.
I can already feel the pain right now. Just saying.
It actually, losing $5,000 hurts. Like, it does. So I think I'm going to put a reserve on it of 5. I'll take a $5,000. I mean, it'll be more than $5,000. I had to put a ton of crap in it. I'm going to lose more than $5,000 on that car, but it's my car to lose $5,000 on. And I was really hoping to take it to the Power Tour. I just don't feel like it's a good idea.
No.
Safety.
I don't-
Everything is paramount when it comes down to safety.
Maybe, just maybe. Everybody really loves the SN95. Why? I don't know. Personally, it's fine. I like it. I'm not in love with it. I was ready to throw a transmission in it, send this thing down the road, but maybe. I mean, it's a car I already have.
And with the modifications that's been done to it, that would be a nice power tour car.
Oh, you should see the front end. You should look at the
Oh
suspension.
yeah, I haven't looked at it.
Yeah,
And
take
you
a
only have a couple months.
take a peek at the. Yeah, that's the other thing. I've got a couple months to get that. Can you do that Dodge in a couple months? Start. Oh, okay. Yeah. So something told me that probably wasn't going to happen.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Someone's been in here.
I can't show them. It's too dark. But yeah, somebody's put a little money into it.
Hey, it still has AC too.
It still has air, and it has heat and air conditioning. Is it nearly as impressive when you see it as a big orange and black Mopar from the 70s?
Just
No.
matters how fast you go. It doesn't matter what it looks like.
Oh, this car would stomp the Plymouth. I mean, his V6 Mustang stomped the Plymouth, as Austin was so.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Boy, I just feel the love for my V6 here.
Hey, are these mine or is this everybody else's?
If you want more, I have more.
I would like to put them on. How many cars do I have? That I'll keep.
Oh, that you'll keep.
You might
Maybe
wanna take
two.
off the
Maybe two.
stamp
Maybe
outside.
No, I'm leaving that sticker on there because anybody that buys it's going to go to your channel and be like, I got to see what this guy. Then as they dig deeper into the car, they're going to be like, this mother. He screwed me. Yeah, so if you find this video, go check out Lunar Outlaw's garage. He built that car from scratch, man.
That nope, needs a coat of fire. Thank you.
Coat of fire. Needs a coat of fire. I have it insured for 15 grand.
Hey.
Anybody want to split the insurance money? Oh, are we still recording? Oh. Look, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. He's got a long ride ahead of him. Austin's probably got to work.
Oh.
You probably got to go home, and I know you've got something to build.
Oh, well, too much.
Okay, and I have to.
Get a transmission in a car tomorrow.
Wake up early.
Oh
and get a clutch.
man, yeah. How much would you charge to do a clutch? If I just sit here and talk to you, keep you company.
Oh, well, that's at least 15.
Wait, 15 an hour or 1,500?
1,000.
Okay.
hour.
I'm starting to think. I'm starting to think his prices are a little high. I thought he was reasonable at first, but I'm starting to think I'm getting the shaft here. We're gonna get out of here, guys, but I want to give a shout out to Michael from Santa's Workshop. Links to everybody, of course, will be down below. We've got Lunar Outlaws Garage, who I got a feeling you're gonna be the next. Pretty quick. I think so.
It's all about having the hobby and having fun. That's all.
Yeah.
And you know what? I have a lot of fun doing this, even though I don't do things that people want me to do, and I don't do it the way people want me to do it. At least for right now, I still enjoy buying, playing with, and flipping cars.
Remember, it's your car, not theirs. If they want to buy one, they can do it.
Oh, man.
I like that.
Did another YouTuber just say something? No YouTuber says that to their audience, but...
Sound like whistling diesel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Hey, and we got Austin Carr now. So I'm gonna put everybody down in the description box below. So all you gotta do is click their name. It's so cool now. You don't have to type like go subscribe to this. You just type sub to at Santa's Workshop. Sub to at Lunar Outlet. It turns it into a link. You just start typing it. You put an at sign and you start typing the name of the channel and it pops up. And then people can just click on it. Super cool.
It's too fancy.
Makes it too easy. So I'm going to put links to all these guys below. I highly recommend you go check them all out because they all have interesting content. You've got more cars.
It's like he's adding another one every week.
Yeah, if you ever want a scamp, let me know before I send it to auction. I'll be happy to send that one your way.
I'm more comfortable with General Motors. So
I like GMs too, and of course Lunar Outlaw. You've got that. What did I call it? Subaru.
Yeah.
Your Subaru. He's got the most amazing Subaru. I mean, a Supra
Yep.
you will probably ever see, and it's not even done yet.
Yeah, it's getting a supercharger.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so he's going to tell you. It's getting.
Yeah, it's a 1989 Toyota Supra with a V8 out of a Lexus, a 1U ZFE. It's gonna get
1U ZFE. Ugh. Why? No, I'm kidding. It's
10,000 RPM.
it's a great
Well,
motor.
I mean, with the right heads, you can get 10,000 RPM.
Okay.
But
And a supercharger.
yeah, 700 and some odd horsepower. To the wheels.
Boy, you know what?
30 rear def.
You know what I would love? Hold on, I want to say this on camera with my face facing it. There's this guy on YouTube called Uncle Tony's Garage.
Oh,
Any of you guys heard of this guy? Have any of you heard of this Uncle Tony guy?
ooh, we're going there.
What? What are you talking about?
I don't know.
I'm just saying, there's this dude, I think he's got a few subscribers or something, I don't remember, but he's called Uncle Tony's Garage. And I'm just saying right now, you should race him.
I listen.
in your Supra. I think that would be. Is there any events or anything going on in the near future? No Name Nationals. When is that happening?
That's going to be September 30th and October 1st.
So there's plenty of time. So if he needs to modify or do a few things, he's got plenty of time to do that, right?
Pretty cool.
Should be able to make 2 passes, maybe 3.
I personally think the car should be able to do more passes. I want to race as much.
Is he building the engine?
He built that. He built his 380.
Then it's not going to make 2 or 3 passes. But everybody got real quiet. Look, I don't. I've seen somewhere before where he built a motor and it didn't turn out very well. I don't know. But anyway, would you race him? Do you think you could handle?
I think it would be a great grudge match.
A grudge? Ooh, a grudge match. Would there be any money on it?
Well, I mean, he said there was going to be money on it, but he backed out of it. So
he was going to race you.
Yeah, suppose he was going to race up $5,000.
$5,000.
And you just wanted to donate to charity.
Yep.
Wait a minute. Were you going to race him for $5,000?
Yeah.
Are you serious? For $5,000?
I was willing to do it.
You would put $5,000 on the table.
That's more than some.
Hold on, because I don't want to have to edit this out later. Would you still put $5,000?
He said on the live stream that he won't race me.
He won't. He just won't race, even for $5,000.
Yeah, he had no intention to. So.
What would you do with the money if you won it?
Oh, go to Sand Lake Kiwanis.
So you donate the $5,000 to charity.
Yep.
And if you lose, you got $5,000 cash to hand that man.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing is.
Okay. All right.
He doesn't want to do it, so it is what it is.
Okay. Well, I just.
If he does now.
I would probably go to watch this myself. Honestly, I would love to be there to see this. I really would. But with that, is there anything else you want to say? Any new big things coming other than your cool Buick out there?
1970 Buick the rest of the way, like 2,000 more miles.
2,000 miles. You're driving it.
Yep.
All the way home.
I'm really surprised. That thing, I had oil issues. I ended up having to rebuild the oil pump before even getting on the road. I didn't lose any oil. I'm like first 500 miles. So.
Huh. My Scamp loses a lot of oil. But maybe I won't buy any more Plymouths. Buick. Lunar Outlaws Garage, Santa's Workshop. Austin, you're working on a Ram Charger. What are you doing next to it? Now it runs. It drives. You got new tires on it.
Got it tagged and titled.
Okay.
In my name now, because the state likes to see the VIN.
Yeah.
We're doing interior.
Wait. The state likes to see the what?
The VIN.
The VIN. Is there supposed to be a VIN number somewhere?
Oh, on the dash.
Okay.
They like it from the dash.
Right. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay,
Anyway.
We're doing the interior, new seats, new center console out of a Ford.
Yeah.
Ford stuff in a Dodge. I think that works.
Perfect.
And then, if I can afford it, redhead steering box. That'd be nice.
Those are nice. Those are what, $360, $400, something like that.
Just for the gearbox, and then it's $600 for shipping to me
and a core charge,
shipping back, and the core charge.
Yeah.
So that's not in the book right now.
Well, that's okay. It's still a nice Ram Charger. You've gotten it a long way from where it was when you picked it up.
And at some point, I'd like to get the gearbox done before I do this, but I want to do a Oklahoma Route 66 trip.
Oh yeah.
That'd be really cool.
And you didn't tell anybody you're getting married.
Oh, I've told a couple people.
Well, not on my channel you haven't.
Sorry.
He's getting married. He's locking it down.
Yeah, I don't.
Smart man.
That's why I don't have any money though.
Well, that's fine.
She knows it too, but that's why we're.
That's fine. Lock that down now, and maybe in a couple years she becomes very successful, and you can just build cars off of her money. I'm kidding.
No, that ain't gonna happen.
Oh, okay.
Randy, you bring the chains, I'll bring the shackles.
Well, congratulations on getting married, man. That's huge. That's huge. I never thought I'd ever see the day someone want to marry you, but that's.
What is that supposed to mean?
I'm just screwing with you, dude. I'm just screwing, guys. We're
Randy Savage from now on.
Yeah. Randy Savage. Oh. When I was in school, okay, so Randy Savage was a thing when I was still a kid, along with Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant. But you know what people called me in school? It wasn't Randy Savage. It was Dandy Randy, Sheer the Queer. Can you say that on YouTube? I'm just being honest. Obviously, I don't care one way or another. I'm just saying this is what people called me back in the day. Yeah. Anyway,
That's not nice.
That wasn't nice.
Savage.
Yeah, I should have been Randy Savage, damn it. We're going to get out of here, guys. Thanks to all of these guys for coming out here. Thanks for stopping by on your trip. Have a safe trip back to New York. That is a hell of a long way to go.
You know.
Drive safe getting back to,
Home.
where is it you live? Yeah. And you live somewhere in Oklahoma City.
Kind
Or sort
close
of.
enough.
And yeah, we live fairly close to one
We
another.
have the same mailing address, but we live in different counties.
Yeah, that's Oklahoma for you. Yeah.
Really weird.
Stay safe out there, everybody. We will all see you very soon in the next one.